Welcome to the channel. We're going to be integrating my new EcoFlow Delta 3 Max Plus with Home Assistant. This will be used in my new deployment of Home Assistant that I'm installing into my new caravan. So subscribe to make sure you get notified of when those videos are released. I'm making this video as I watched numerous videos that describe many different ways of integrating and all failed for one reason or another. So this is the definitive super quick installation with everything you need to know, with that super handy tip to get things working first time every time. So let's plug in and power up. We'll be using a Home Assistant community project from a developer called Rabits. So please show your appreciation of Rabbit with a 5-star review. This is not an official integration, so you'll need to install HACS to be able to access it. Check out the video in the pop-up above to install HACS. You're obviously going to need an EcoFlow device that has Bluetooth, is powered on and is in range. I achieved 30 meters range with no obstructions, but 10 meters or less would be ideal. As of the time of recording this video, the devices shown on screen are supported, and this seems to be actively growing. But if you need a new device added, then it might be worth reaching out to Rabbit. You're also going to need a Home Assistant running on version 2024.9 or newer, and obviously Bluetooth capable and enabled. Open Home Assistant. Navigate to HACS, which should be available on the left-hand menu. Previously, you would have had to install the custom repository by clicking on the menu icon, which is the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Then selecting Custom Repositories and copying in the custom repository that's in the description into the repository field. Then for type, using the drop-down to select Integration, followed by Add. But as you can see, the EcoFlow BLE repository has been added to the store now, so these steps are redundant. Now simply press Cancel, search for EcoFlow BLE. Now press the 3 dots to the right, followed by Download. Don't bother looking for different versions as the latest is always the best, and press Download. You'll notice a number has appeared next to Settings. Select this. It will inform you that a restart is required. Select this and press Submit, followed by Finish. Home Assistant will now restart. When Home Assistant returns, navigate to Devices and Services. Now press the Add Integration button in the bottom right hand corner. Search for EcoFlow BLE and select. The integration will now show you your EcoFlow as long as it's a supported device, is in range and the Bluetooth is turned on for Home Assistant and the EcoFlow device. Then it should appear along with the MAC address of the device. Press Next. Now comes the fun part, which is where all the online tutorials fail. The screen that pops up asks for your EcoFlow user ID. This is a 19-digit number that is not referenced on any EcoFlow screens. The integration will source and populate this number in the next step. Well, sometimes, but I'll show you how to get it all the time if this next step fails. Press the EcoFlow login chevron to expand out that section. Enter your email address and password that you would use to log into either the EcoFlow app or the EcoFlow store. Set your region and press Submit. If you're one of the lucky ones, then the app will bring back your EcoFlow user ID and you can press Submit again and you're done. If however you see success and created configuration for your EcoFlow, you have an extra step to perform. Let's test to make sure that this is the case. Press Finish. You'll see your EcoFlow and that it is failed to set up. If you check the logs, it says it's failed on an authentication error. Yep, it didn't have your EcoFlow user ID. Now open up a new tab. Navigate to gnox.github.io/user_ID. Link available in the description below. This is the web page developed specifically for sourcing your EcoFlow user ID. Yes, it's developed by the developer in GitHub, and yes, it might not be the most secure in the world. However, you can use this to find your EcoFlow ID, then change your password. So even in the worst case, you're not losing any security. But please do at your own risk. Enter the email that you logged into EcoFlow application with and your corresponding password. Set your region and press Login. And hey presto, it will display your EcoFlow user ID. Copy this as you're going to need it. Navigate back to Home Assistant. Press the 3 dots next to your EcoFlow device, followed by Reconfigure. Now paste in your EcoFlow user ID and press Submit, followed by Close. Now give it a minute or two to populate and select your device. And there you have it, 43 entities for literally every toggle switch, displayable value and enterable field. In controls, for some reason, displayable grid bypass is disabled. I have no idea why. Select +1 disabled entities. Select disabled grid bypass entity. Press the cog icon. Now press enable, followed by OK, and finally update. Give it 30 seconds and it will appear. Apply the same logic for the disabled sensors for battery input power, battery output power, cell temperature, charge time remaining, discharge time remaining, solar power and solar power too. One caveat that you should know is that the EcoFlow API is a single user access. So if you're accessing via Home Assistant, then you cannot access through the app. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then hit that like button, comment and share. And if you want to have access to similar material, then subscribe or maybe become a channel member and get early access to material plus other perks. And if you want to join other like-minded people, then why not join the Discord channel, where smart home enthusiasts meet to solve each other's issues. Until the next one.